The book Shifting Sands is a debut read from author and scholar Ike Obidike. It follows the life of Uche, a Nigerian boyfriend to a South African lady called Thembi, and how they battled to make their tumultuous love affair work despite their major cultural differences. His deliberate use of intense dialogue and attention to real-life accounts reflect and capture the true essence of challenges and issues that are faced by couples from two different African countries, and will surely stir up a conversation of a topic that is only usually spoken of behind closed doors. Like Ike Obidike now joins us in studio to tell us more. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much, and good morning, viewers.
The timing of this book couldn't be more apt. You know, as I read through some of the pages, I thought, gee whiz, you really managed to capture a lot of real life accounts and events. But what prompted you to write this book, especially at a time where relations between South Africans and Nigerians are generally just not in a happy place?
Firstly, I don't think it's in an unhappy state. It's just, you know, in a love relationship, at the base of the relationship, there's love. Then the conflicts that follow, you know, it's like a car driving on the road of love. So everything that happens is done in the, you know, under the atmosphere of love. So I don't think there's love lost between us, really, in that true sense of it. Then secondly, about the reason I wrote the novel is, the simple reason is we Nigerians presently here, we're the first group of Nigerians, immigrants, to come to this country. So, and we need to tell our stories. And there's nobody to tell the stories but us. So we need to start somewhere and start telling our stories, because we've gone through different phases of living in South Africa. We've faced different challenges. This is just like a minute part, but critical part of the situations and challenges we face. So it's time we start talking, we start telling our stories. Indeed. So that our children also, and also South Africans, would know what's going on the other side.
Of course. Now, the two main characters, Uche and, you know, he's the love of his life, Thembi. You know, they both come from very different backgrounds, very different communities. And often, as we've seen in the case of Uche, there's so many stereotypes around a South African woman, and the same in Thembi's case. There's so many stereotypes, you know, in relation to Nigerian men. People often say, oh, they're thugs, oh, they're bringing crime, oh, they're bringing drugs. Or in Thembi's case, as a woman in Uche's family, she's simply not good enough, because Uche, like a good Nigerian son, should have married a Nigerian woman. Tell us about, you know, just the extent of some of those relations when it comes to the families accepting each partner.
There are different facets of the, you know, situation, and from the Nigerian side, first thing the family of the guy want is somebody to love their son, and also somebody to understand the culture of the people, because if you marry into a place, you need to know where you're going. Uche himself is just a representation of the culture. So you need to know where does he come from. And you need to know that he's got lots and lots of family, siblings, cousins, aunties, a whole lot of them that are looking up to him, that truly love him. So he's not just the love of your life. He's also got crowds of people behind him who love him very dearly, which I tried as much as possible to depict in this novel. So when, you know, you present a foreign bride or fiancée, the first thing the parents would want to know is, does she love you? That's the first thing. And they want to authenticate it. They want to know that this love is for real. Because at the end of the day, now they are young in that novel, they're in their 30s. When they get to old age, will he abandon you to come back alone in the village, and you, or to Nigeria, let's say you're going back home, and then you live at home alone, wifeless, your children and their mothers are in Johannesburg? I mean, that's very sad. So the family wants to know that your well-being, your future well-being is taken care of. So that's the fundamental issue there. It's not a problem. I've got friends who married South Africans, foreigners, and they are living in Nigeria. So if you can guarantee that, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Very quickly, before I let you go, I'm still in the process of reading the book, and I don't want to ruin it for our viewers at home, but is there a happy ending for Uche and Thembi? Because I'm a few days from just going straight to the back to see how the story ends.
In most novels, there's always justice at the end. So happy ending for some, unhappy ending for others. So you need to read to find out who got his own happy ending and who got his own sad ending.
Sure, I must say that is relief for me, Ike. Thank you very much. Well, he says the book is selling like hotcakes, and there is no doubt in my mind why it's a brilliant book. He's a soccer analyst is a Wits PhD student and an author, Ike Obidike, speaking to us about his latest and debut novel titled Shifting Sands. It's a read that takes the reader on a journey of love and shows that love indeed has no boundaries. Time for us to take a quick break. We'll be back with a whole lot more here on Morning Love.